tales for the Philavery, a cornucopia of lexical delights. The letter W, Wabbit, adjective, exhausted, tired out. Waftage, a noun, transportation through air or across water. Wkd a noun, Scottish and Northern English, a hanging clock with exposed pendulum and weights. Wagyu, a noun, one of 4 breeds of Japanese beef cattle that produce highly prized meat. The Wagyu cattle produce the meat known as Kobe beef. These cattle have a diet that includes sake and beer, and they have daily massage that helps ensure maximum tenderness in the beef. Walla Walla, a noun, a type of motorboat used as a taxi in Victoria Harbour, Hong Kong. The motorboat was nicknamed Walla Walla by European visitors in imitation of the noise made by its engine. Wallsend, perhaps. Wallsend, I think it's Wallsend. A noun, 1, originally coal dug at Wallsend on Tyneside. 2, later, coal of a certain quality and size. The town of Wallsend takes its name from the fact that it is located at the end of Hadrian's Wall. Wallydrag or Wallydragle, a noun, 1, a person or animal that is feeble, worthless or slovenly. 2, the youngest of a family. Wahlburgers Night. It might be Wahlburgers Night. I'm familiar with this name, but can't remember if it's a hard or a soft G. A noun, the eve of the 1st of May, when witches, according to German popular superstition, rode on broomsticks and male goats to revel with their master, the devil, especially on the Brockenharz Mountains. May 1st is the feast day of Saint Walburga, an English missionary who became abbess of the convent at Heidenheim and who was canonized around 870 AD. Wanchancy, adjective, Scottish, unlucky, dangerous or uncanny. Wanderoo, a noun, 1, a name usually applied to the lion-tailed macaque, a native of the Malabar coast of India. 2, properly, a langur of Sri Lanka. Wang, a noun, 1, the cheek. 2, a molar tooth. This comes from an Old English word, wange, W-A-N-G-E. I'm going to add a third, wang. In Australia, colloquially, a term for the penis. Wankle, adjective, 1, unstable, unsteady, changeable. 2, not to be depended upon. Wanthriven, Scottish, an adjective, stunted, ill-grown, emaciated. Wanty, a noun, 1, a belt used to secure a load on a pack horse's back. 2, the belly band of a shaft horse. 3, a short rope, especially one used for binding hay on a cart. Wapper-eyed, adjective, blinking. Wabbit, a noun, a yelping cur. Wharf, a noun, a ford. Waveson, a noun, goods floating on the sea after a shipwreck. Waysgoose, a noun, formerly a printer's annual dinner or picnic. Wazok, a noun, a stupid or foolish person. Weanling, a noun, a child or animal newly weaned. This comes from Old English weanian, meaning to accustom. It is not related to the Scots word for a child, wean, which is a contraction of wean, which means little one. Weathergleam, a noun, a bright aspect of the sky at the horizon. Weekwashing, a noun, the spearing of eels or fish from a canoe at night by torchlight. This odd-sounding word is from Algonquin wigwas, meaning bark of the birch tree, and hence a canoe made of birch bark. Weirdiana, a plural noun. weird or bizarre things as collectibles. Welsummer, a noun. A breed of large poultry with golden plumage, prolific egg layers. This chicken was first bred in the Dutch village of Welsum. Wangam, I think that's how it's pronounced, I could be wrong. Wangam, W-H-A-N-G-A-M, a noun, an imaginary animal. Oliver Goldsmith coined this word in his work Citizen of the World. So the wangam eats the grasshopper, the serpent in the wangam, the yellow bird, the serpent, and the hawk, the yellow bird. Warncliffe Order, capital W-H-A-R-N-C-L-I-F-F-E, order, noun, a standing order in Parliament that requires that, if the directors of a company wish to promote a private bill to extend the company's powers, they must first secure the agreement of the shareholders at a Warncliffe meeting. Wheatear, a noun, any of various songbirds with a white rump. You might be wondering why the bird is called wheatear when it's got a white bottom. Well, it's likely that the wheatear is a corruption of white ass. Whiffler, a noun, an official who clears the way for a procession. It is possible that this comes from an obsolete word, whiffle, meaning javelin or battle axe. Although this is a historical word, one is reminded of the scenes that attended the procession of the Olympic torch through various cities in spring 2008, and the Chinese bodyguards who formed a protective ring around the torch on its route. Wigmaleary, a noun, the Scottish. 1. A trinket or knick-knack. 2. A fantastic ornamentation. 3. A whim. Whippletree, a noun, the crosspiece of a carriage, plough, etc., which is made so as to swing on a pivot and to which the traces of a harnessed animal are fixed. Whippoorwill, a noun, a species of nightjar native to North America. The name is imitative of the bird's call. The whippoorwill makes an appearance in one of country music's best-loved songs, Hank Williams's I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. Witty-watty, Scottish, verb. 1. To mutter, to whisper. 2. To shilly-shally. As a noun. 1. Vague language intended to deceive. 2. A frivolous excuse. Wibble, a verb. 1. To speak foolishly. 2. To talk at length about inconsequential matters. I guess I wibble in the wardrobe. Widdy, a noun. 1. A rope, especially one made of willow twigs. 2. A halter for hanging. Willywort, a noun. A deep draught of alcohol. This is in fact a misunderstanding of a phrase in what must be Robert Burns's best-known poem, Auld Lang Syne. In the last verse, the line is, excuse me, and we'll take a right gid willywort. Gid willy means goodwill, so the phrase actually means a generous and friendly draught, rather than a deep one. But the deep draught misunderstanding is the one that is stuck. Willywore, a noun. 1. A gust of cold wind blowing seawards from a mountainous coast, example in the Straits of Magellan. 2. A sudden squall. 3. A tumult or disturbance. Wimble, a noun, an instrument for boring holes turned by a handle. Winks, a verb, to bray like a donkey. Withershins or widdershins, adverb, from the Scottish, in the contrary direction, contrary to the course of the sun. This is the opposite of diesel. Whittle, a noun, a man who knows his wife's unfaithfulness and accepts it. Woodshedding, a noun, spontaneous barbershop singing. If the thought of this does not scare you, then you are without fear. Woodwose or woodhouse, a noun. 1. A wild man of the woods. 2. A satyr, fawn. Warrigal, a noun. 1. A hobgoblin. 2. The devil. 3. Anything frightful or grotesque. Wabbit, especially one of a tiger moth, to a small and shabby person.